What's up, math scholars? We decided to make a video for these additional 2 accelerated add-on problems. So, who is excited? This will be a short video, only 2 problems. Woo! Alright, number 12. I used alternate interior angles when I did this, so I labeled this angle right about here, 25 degrees. I labeled this angle down here at the farm. I think this is a farm, right? At, oh, it's a town. It's town 1 and town 2. I think when we did this in the lesson, it was a farm. So we got the 25-degree angle and a 15-degree angle labeled. For part A, we want the distance D from the airplane to the first town. So I decided when I did this to use sine. I did sine 25 equals opposite over hypotenuse. And we all know how to solve these, right? When you have your variable in the denominator, you can multiply by that variable on both sides, and then you can use division to solve it. So I'm going to be using division on my calculator to solve this one. So the distance is 25,000 divided by sine 25. These numbers are all pretty big. These answers are all pretty big. 5,000 or 59,155. I'll probably just round it to the nearest foot because it's already a ridiculously long number. So are we doing good so far? Part B. What is the horizontal distance x from the airplane to the first town? So they already have x labeled. That's an adjacent angle to the 25. So how about we use tangent? Tangent of 25 would be opposite over adjacent. So I have that variable in the denominator yet again, but that's fine. We know how to do that. Multiply both sides by x. And then divide both sides by tan 25 to move the tan 25 over. So I'm also doing division on my calculator for this one. 25,000 divided by tan 25. 53,613 if you round to the nearest foot. Are we still matching each other? Matching the answer key? Good. All right, and finally, this is the only one that's a little more challenging. I'm almost out of space here. What's the distance y between the 2 towns? Do you know what strategy we're going to use? We did one like this the day we did our Q&A over at 9-1. Going to find the whole entire distance and subtract off x. So I actually came up with a third variable, t, for total distance from this point here below the plane all the way over to that second town. And I'm going to find t, and then I'm going to subtract off x, and that'll leave me with y. So to find t, I use tangent. Tangent of 15 degrees is 25,000 over t, the total distance. Multiply both sides by t, divide by tangent 15. So 25,000 divide by tan 15. Oops. Did you get for the total distance 93,301? And then what I'll do, I don't know why I did that line there, is I will subtract off distance x, 53,613. And that should be distance y. So subtract off 53,612.67. I'll just use the decimal. So I got 39689. I did the exact decimals on my calculator, so if it's rounded differently, don't worry about it. I pretty much got it. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I don't like where that comma went. I'm slightly not lined up. Let me rewrite that. 39,688.6. So 39,689 if I'm rounding. That's feet. All right, and this is the challenge problem. There is nothing this challenging on the quiz, but it is a good time to kind of challenge your brain a little bit and use some of those old math skills called system of equations. So I know this group recognized it was a system of equations yesterday towards the end. So I didn't know if you solved it overnight, maybe. Got bored. All right, so I'm going to set up my first triangle. You're measuring the angle of elevation from the ground to the top of a building at 32 degrees. You're going to move 50 yards, or 50 meters, and remeasure that same angle. Well, it's not the same angle anymore. You got to remeasure your angle of elevation. It's going to now be 53. And we want the height of the building. So I called the height of the building y, and I called this x. You're going to have to find them both. So it is a system of equations. There's two unknown variables, and we're going to use two equations to help us solve it. What's tangent to both? Let's set up tangent 32 first of all. Tangent of 32 would be the opposite side over the adjacent side. And the adjacent side is 50 plus x. We've never seen anything like that, so that's going to be fun. I'll use a different color for my second equation. My second equation is going to be tangent of 53 equaling y over x. All right, so I chose to use my green equation and solve my green equation for y. To solve your green equation for y, it's very easy. You multiply by x on both sides, so you discover that y equals x times tan 53. Now, here's how substitution works. Substitution, you can just take this expression that equals y and put it in for y in the first equation. So this stuff in my black circle is going to go right about there. You see it? Can you visualize that happening? So it'll be tan 32 equals x times tan 53 over 50 plus x. And that's going to be my setup. I have one single equation now with one single variable, and I'll be able to solve it pretty easily. Okay. I never like things in my denominator. I always tell you I don't like things in my denominator. So I'm going to start by multiplying both sides by 50 plus x. That will move my denominator to the other side. So I'll have 50 plus x on my left side times tan 32 equals x times tan 53. This looks complicated to solve, but it's actually not. I heard some kids 8th period talking about distributing this tan 32. You don't have to distribute. You can just divide the tan 32 over to the right-hand side. Actually works out very easy, much easier than you might be imagining. What I did at that point is I grabbed my calculator. I went to figure out the decimal equivalent to tan 53 over tan 32. Tan 53, close the parenthesis, over tan 32. It's 2.12. So on this side, I have 2.12x. So you won't believe how easy it is from here. I just subtracted this x over, because it's a 1x, right? So just move your 1x over, which gives you 1.12x, and then divide both sides by 1.12. 50 divided by 1.12. It was that easy. So x is 44.64. I want it to look nice. 44 point, I'll just go 44.6. But that's not the height of the building. We need the height of the building. So you just travel back to your original bubble for y, and you put your 44.6 right there. So my final substitution, which will give me my final answer, is 44.6 times tan 53. 44.6 times tan 53. 59.24. Isn't that cool? So again, nothing that hard, but I think it's good to review challenging concepts and using systems of equations for sure. That's just important math topic. Hope you enjoyed our little short math video today.